And Caesar got really angry. By old Cleopatra's hanky panky, fall in love and fade away. Well, I was going to get into the chorus of Bang Bang by B.A. Robinson, but let's get into the chorus of Coffee with Scruff. Roll the intro and we'll have a little chat. And a warm welcome to one and all. Now what we're going to do in Ask Scruff today is kind of twofold. I put a little thing out about putting a poll up for what the topic wants to be today. Except there was only one reply to it. So I don't know whether people find interest in this or not. And the reply was this. Okay guys, this is what was going to be put into the poll, which I do each Monday. And last week we had one comment. And that comment was from sort of Emon. What colour are Winky's sex pants?
You dirty old man.
So I'll tell you what, we've got to go and find out. But then we're going to go into the Ask Scruff hub of the Discord and we're going to discuss something quite important. So come with me because I need a coffee. I mean, what's the point of having Scruff with coffee if I haven't got me coffee? And me cup's empty, so Winky's not doing her job. But anyway, let's go and have a look and see what she does for our other job.
Oh, here we go.
No. Okay, so let's have a little wander down stairs, shall we? I need a coffee. I mean, you never know, I might be able to kick Winky in the shin. She might make one for me. I doubt it, like, but you never know. So, Winky's sex pants. Now there's a question, and a lot of people will be sitting there going, get in. What's he up to? And trust me, well, there's the bed of love. Because I'm old, you know. I mean, it doesn't get used that much. So we have to hide things in here. This is Winky's special room. So let's have a little look in her special drawer, shall we? So in here, she has a one here with her teddy bears on. But she has another one over there. Now this is where things get a little bit creative. So let's have a little look. And I'm only allowed apparently look in the first two drawers. So what have we got? She's got a little red ones. She's got a little red ones. She's got a funny coloured ones. She's got blue ones. There's a common thread here. They're all bloody tiny whiny things. She's got a tiny little whitey ones. And if we go in this one will be really happy. This is where she gets a little bit creative. Because I could fit into these things. She's got them. She has the pink ones.
Big tits. Huge tits.
She has her special Saturday night ones. And then she has her super duper skinny thingies.
I'd buy that for $1.
So she's a good girl, right? And I know you're looking at this thing. Hold on a second here, what's he doing going through that drawer? Well, just as well I didn't go into the bottom drawer, because then she'd really kick you off. That's where you've got to get the batteries out for the remote. Anyway, we'll go downstairs and let's go in the kitchen. And I'm kind of going to explain a little bit while I'm making that coffee what I'm doing.
Well, we're waiting.
Right, we'll go see Winky and then we'll go make a cup of coffee. So come here, see watching our stupid programs again.
I like it.
You might like it. Guess what I like? They asked about what your sex pants are, so I went in your drawers.
Well, you better not be in the third one.
Don't worry. The batteries are safe. I'm going to make coffee. Do you want one?
No, I'll make one. You better not make a mess.
Don't make a mess. Typical. Right, okay. Go in the kitchen. Good stuff. The little one followed me in, look. She doesn't trust me in the kitchen on my own.
Because you make a mess.
Because I make a mess. But I never make a mess of the charts. And that's what all those colours were about. Because the charts can flick from one colour to the next, which can then blow your brains out, and then you start flicking from one strategy to the next. Let's go in the office and we'll kind of explore this, and I'll show you our Scruff.
Bring on the dancing girls. Get rid of this idiot. Fuck you. Off.
Okay, guys. Back in the office. Got my coffee, courtesy of Winky. Love my coffee. Because we all know Scruffy likes it coffee. And he loves Joanne. And I suppose there's quite a few of you there sitting thinking, where's this going? And some will actually be thinking, what's she like when she looks in them? Well, you're not going to get to see that, but I get to see it every night. And let me tell you, it is spectacular.
Okay, well, the mind's an amazing organ.
I've got an amazing organ.
It's capable of far more than you'd imagine.
Right again.
I love my life. I love my wife. And I genuinely do. There's nothing better than having a happy life. Now, when it comes to the charts, you need to be the same, and you need to get married to them as well. The same as this. Now, within it, it's kind of showing you the different colours and different styles, but they were all roughly the same. If you looked at them, they were them tiny little thong things. So she might have different colours and different slight variations, but the theme through it was the same. Always. Well, apart from when you start going into the second drawer, and then that's the special drawer. Third one's even more special.
I don't know where you get your delusions, laser brain.
But less said about that, the better. So what am I going with this, and how is this tying into Coffee with Scruff? Well, let me show you something first, and then I'm going to give you my thoughts, and then give you something to think about. Okay. So if I flick over into the Discord, this is a coffee lounge where we take the mickey out of each other, etc. Yes, the trolleys are kicking in. I showed you how to use a VWAP the other day. Got destroyed. Absolutely destroyed. Yet it was a basic, very good, profitable strategy you can take to market, but of course people don't like it. And they kick into me, which is why I don't do as much publicly as I used to. Anyway, their loss, not mine. But it's this lot's gain, because I spend all day in here with these guys. And talk the bulls and bears, everything what you're talking about with the charts. I do market updates for them all the time, telling them what I'm doing, when I'm going to do it, and how I'm going to do it before I go to market. And then they can follow on. And actually this sheet here, there's a version of it for the guys called the bias tool that works the trades out. And we go through that over and over again. So that's good. But where we're going today is down in Traders Clinic. So let me collapse that and open up Traders Clinic. Now in Traders Clinic, there's a version called Ask Scruff. That's the video that got destroyed. You know, I'll be doing more in-depth version for these guys. And since publicly nobody liked it, well, tough. Anyway, off we go. What you'll find with these videos is I script nothing and I tell you the way I see it. And if you don't like it, well, tough. I can't change who I am. Now down here, this one here for Mero Breach. It's a really great comment. Now, he's so grateful he found member and he's going through the lessons, etc. Thank you very much for that. Listening to that makes me know what I'm doing is getting through. But I want to pay more attention to if GoldenEye can be applied to a scalping strategy, for example, moving averages, and then it goes on saying he's traded 10 years, I'm assuming it's a boy, they've traded 10 years with no profit, but now they've already withdrawn $100 and they're beginning to do their own farm. Now farming is a way of farming your profits to increase your trading account but also pay you at the same time. It's a perfect thing. We're doing it with a small account, and he's used a proportion to now go and buy a prop firm. The only prop firm I recommend is the Fivers. Find links for that below. There'll be a discount for it below, and it does start around $39, you know, which is peanuts. And he's got a 5k. How can we help it and set up a wage maker? Okay, well, the wage maker is the journal, and I'll point that to him inside this, because there's loads of videos on the wage maker. You kind of find them down in here. So go into here, It's how to set out the journal, how to use the bias tool, direction, how to read the strength sheet, and there's loads, absolutely loads. So I'll point that to you in there without going in it, but I'll give you a quick snapshot of one as well. But my question, or what I'm drawing to, is going to be this bit. Can GoldenEye apply to scalping strategies? For example, moving averages. Okay. I think, how do I put this? I'll tell you what, I'll show you the wage maker first, just to quickly show you how you would set that up. And then I'm going to answer that about scalping and tie it into Joanne's sexpence. So bear with me a second while I set that up. Okay guys, so this is a prop wage maker journal. So the first thing you would do is up here you would put your balance in. Now told us it was the 5k version, so that would go in there where it's green. Very simple. It's kind of September, so you can put your little notes down here as well. So September, don't know, just look to set up charts. Okay, so that's all you want to do this September. Just put a couple of jog notes on the front, what you're trying to achieve this month. Okay, and then in October, get 25% of target, whatever you want. Okay, now if I come through to September, you'll see it's all pre-populated right the way through. Now this bit's slightly different. This is the first thing you would put in. Now if it's the $39 version, I'm assuming that's a high stakes and your sort of allowance is 4,700. Your account cannot go below that. So you would drop that in there and then it tells you how much you've got to play with. This is the bulk of your money. So every time you do a P&L, that should increase. But it'll also tell you what your sort of min-max position sizes should be. Should really just be max size. Okay, so let me just quickly change that so you can see it. So just put max bid, because you shouldn't have a minimum bid. Minimum bid's just whatever you want. So it doesn't really want to go between that. And what it is that's a standard setup. That's a super A plus setup where nothing can go wrong. All right, so it'll quickly work all that out for you. Now up here you have to achieve a 6% growth. Well, that is there, 5. So we'll drop that in. That gives you your target of 300, and then my little head's underneath it. So if I just pull that down, you'll kind of see it. It sort of starts working a few other bits and pieces out for you in the top corner. But basically it's telling you your target's 300. Okay. Now a lot of this is pre-populated. Now say you only want to do half the target this month. Now, you're not going to go stupid, because you shouldn't go stupid. And we say, well, I'm going to do half of it this month, and I'm going to do it in 1 month. So what that's telling you is you need to do £6.92 per day to do 150 come the end of the month. All right, and I'm assuming it's a whole month. This section here controls your bid size. So you might be starting at 0.30. All right, every time it wins, you can start edging that up till it gets to wherever. So let's just fill a few sections in. So it's that. You can drop your balance in, so it's 5,000. How much you're willing to invest, 1%. Okay, but now what you've got to remember is 1% of that is massive against your drawdown. So really you want to be about 0.5%. Okay, it's still a lot against it, but that's not bad for a daily allowance. And remember, that's what this is. This is a daily allowance, this section, not a sort of one trade allowance. You can set it to one trade if you want, but I prefer to look at it as a daily allowance. Okay, drop your bid in. It was 30, and let's just say you did £8. Okay, so it did £8. It tells you whether it won what the change of balance is, what your risk reward were, how many points and pips you got, and your invest target is a benchmark for scalping. Now what that means is, if that's my day target, I'm looking for 10% of it in a scalp. So scalp will be £2.50. Okay. Come over here. Let's just say you did it on gold, and you did a golden eye. So gold eye as you trade. You went long. You're in a good mood, and I don't know, it was coming off a level. All right. You can put all your different reasons why you took in there. Bouncing off a fade, moving average cross, whatever, blah, 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 blah. Right. So what it's telling you now, your max bid can be 31. Well, your next bid is 32. So you can't really change anything just yet. So the next day you come to market, and we'll just drop this in. We'll do it like this. All right. You're just keeping your bids and whatever you the same. Okay. When it's MT5, it goes up in increments of 10 pence. Okay. So this is money amount, not lot size amount. Okay. And let's just say you lost a pound. All right. It now tells you lost the pound. Okay. Do it again. And then you keep your record all the way down. You can change the dates if it's different day, etc., etc. You're staying at 30, and then you did 10 quid. Okay. It's starting to edge up. Right, so let's put a few in. I'll just copy them. Just the same. Right. It's now started to catch up. Let's take a few of these out. You see that's at 36. Okay. This is at 32. All right. So if you go 36, that'll increase. But you can't change this position size till that becomes the next marker, which means that is guiding you. So if you put your tenors in, just say it hits 40, right, 40. Okay, and then you do the countdown again. And each time, what you can do is every time that bid moves up, go, well, it's 42. Right. Get my next trade in. Okay, it's now 44. 44 on the next trade. Just put it in a couple. All right, because you kind of get the gist. As that's counting up, it's at 46. Just put a few in, just like so. See how this is only coming up gradually, but that one's running away from it. Okay, let me just freeze these off. Freeze the panes. There we are. I'll put a few extra trades in. Okay, 49. But put your 48 in on one trade, and then the next one would be 50. Okay, it's telling you it's 50, but this hasn't made it yet. So you've now got to keep on going with your 30p's till that catches up. Basically what you're doing is double checking against yourself about your position size. That tells you the maximum you can go to, because that might actually be £1, but you might only want to trade at 50 pence and then edge up ever so slightly to 60 pence and then edge up ever so slightly to 70 pence. It's just a way of controlling what you're doing, guys. All right. So that's how you fill this in. You put your rules in here, whatever they are. I'm going to trade cable between 7 and 8 or whatever. Boom, 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 boom. And it tells you everything. But there's loads of videos on this. I just wanted to touch on it. Right. Let's get back to the question in hand. Can you use Golding Eye as a scalp? Well, you can, because Golden Eye is a framework of a series of levels and ratios, and it breaks the chart up into logical stall points where the price will move to. Now, your trigger points you can use. moving averages. Nothing wrong with moving averages. But if you're looking at moving average across, the two lagging, and you go into what's called whipsaw, you're better off using something like an 8 EMA and then a price touch. But where I find this becomes an issue is if we looked at sort of the pants draw, they're all different colours, okay, and they had slight variations on what they were doing, but they were essentially the same set of stuff. You know, she loves them sort of thongy things that go up the crack of her ass. Women do for some reason. It's not like the old granny pants. She doesn't change that much, but that's the same with the charts. You might like various different things. There's various different setups. I use the same framework, GoldenEye, on everything. Doesn't matter whether I'm swing trading, day trading, those levels are key because I know exactly where they come from and I know exactly why they're there, which is why they are stall points. You know, because all of this crap about scalping down on low time frames, looking for the holy grail, as you see, with all of the buzzwords that's around on the internet. And I'll not go into it, but we all know what it is and where it is, and it's all bollocks. You know, why do you need 87 entries? You don't. You need one. And as long as you know where that one comes from, you're fine. All right. I work on level ignitions. Wait for a price to get to a zone, and then I'm looking for something to ignite it. Now, sometimes it's a news event, and then if that's the case, I'll watch the candle, and then I'll trade with or against it as an aftermath. I don't second guess it. Scalping, to me, I think is dangerous because that's where you are kind of second guessing the market. It's too quick. You haven't got time to see what's going on. But also, I've been in this job a long time. Scalpers don't make it. And there's so much crap that's on sort of social media and everything going, oh, you're in and out and I'm on a 1 minute chart and all of this. Absolute donkey bollocks, the lot of it. But it's donkey bollocks to me. If you make it work, brilliant. But I'm telling you straight, these don't. Okay? So, where am I going with this? Right. You've got 4 disciplines of trading. And if you can imagine 2 halves, you've got intraday, under 24 hours, and then you've got multi-day, over 24 hours. And then each one of those disciplines is broken in half again. So if you're on the multi-day, there are 2 disciplines within it. There is position trading and there are swing trading. Now for me, a position trade is you put your order in on a January and you hold it for a year. Maybe it's even longer. You see me do that with Vanguard. It's kind of dangerous. You've got to be prepared to ride out the troughs and all of that sort of thing. Then you got your swing trade, which a couple of days to a couple of weeks. Not bad. All right. Of the 2 of them, the position trade is probably more dangerous because we don't know what's going to happen in 6 months' time. And because of that, you might get caught in a black swan, anything, lose everything that you've been building up. Swing trading, because you are getting in and getting out, you can build up and you can choose to stay out of it. You're not trapped. Okay, so swing's the better of the 2. Now you come down into intraday. Day trading in the truest form, which is hourly charts, looking for 10, 20 pips as a half decent movement and above. And then you got scalping, which is right down in the low time frames, looking for 2 or 3 ticks. Yeah. Well, of those 2, scalping is the dangerous. It's lethal. Sounds great, looks easy, but it actually, you need to have iron will, and if you get it wrong, you'll wipe out all your gains very quickly. So you're better off taking 1 or 2 trades on good setups on hourly charts and above. So where's this in relation to that question? The question is, you can use GoldenEye, but if you're scalping, it ain't gonna win. But the part that kind of I don't fully understand is you've followed the path of gold in either way that it's shown. Perfect. You've seen its results. Perfect. And not only have you seen its results, you've farmed enough to start a prop challenge. So your own work has give you what you need. And now you want to change it. Why? If it works, don't fix it. This is the biggest issue with traders. They system hop. They go, well, this works. I've lost, so I'm going to try something else now. It's lost, I'm going to try something else now. And you get on what's called treadmill of terror. And that just means you're going round in circles. Works, comes to here, loses. I'm going to change. Works, comes to here, loses. Go around to the next one, works, loses. And then you're back round in circles all the time. But if you stayed with the first system, you'd have probably been fine. I haven't changed the way I trade for years. Not really. A few little tweaks here and there, but fundamentally it's the same. I guess if I boiled it down, I'm a support and resistance trader, really, because I trade from level to level. And I know everybody thinks it's boring, but I'm paid every week. I go on holiday quite a lot, and I enjoy catching up with people. And talking of catching up with people, I'm definitely going to come back down to Manchester, Finney, and we'll set up a Christmas party for the squad. So it'll be there, and I'm going to give you a real thank you, because I know it was you that sent this, and I'm going to open it. And it's because he keeps challenging me, and I do it, and I succeeded. But I'm not rightly sure which. Oh, brilliant! Get a grip of that. Obi-Wan, fabulous. Absolutely. Attack of the Clones as well, from the prequels. Brilliant. Because they're the only ones that I collect the prequels, Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, Revenge of the Sith, but most definitely the original three: A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi. I'm not really bothered about anything else. But that's superb, that. Oh, thank you very much. Oh, I'm well sure. I'll put that right there. That can sit there right now. Okay, right. Hey. Oh, I'm gonna have a coffee. So, as I was getting back, why change it? But sometimes relationships are like that.
She wants me.
Why change something you love? Why go looking for excitement with somebody with a different colour pair of knickers on?
It's a trap!
Why? What are you going to do? Have one night of thrill and then the rest of your world destroyed? That's stupid. I wouldn't part with Joanne for anybody. Not even Princess Leia and Wonder Woman.
Well, hello. Ding dong.
Even though the pair of them have got some assets about them, I wouldn't trade Joanne for nothing. And when it comes to my trading, I don't change that either. Stick to what you know, stick to what you're good at. And if it makes you happy and it fulfills your dreams, and she does, and the fantasies.
Splendid girl, and so helpful. Do you know she's been showing me how to stick the pole up?
Why? So that's the question I want you to ask yourself. Why do you jump from system to system? They all work if you know what you're looking for. The question is, are you impatient? And what you're truly after is excitement. And if you're after excitement, it's not long term, and it's certainly not sustainable. I'd rather have long-term, small, happy gains than big, quick wins. Next year, I have a milestone wedding anniversary for Joanne and I. And every month next year, we are going away. Every month. It's going to start in January, and every month, be on a cruise ship, I'll be in a log cabin, I'll be on an aeroplane, I'll be wherever, but I'm going to do it every single month. Because I love it. And I love her more than anything.
How did that gobshite get on the television?
And sticking with one system has paid for it all. I didn't need to jump around. So, that's the end of Coffee with Scruff for this one. Sometimes I do get off on a monologue and I run off track. And it's because I don't script them. I just see what it is and I tell you what's in my mind. Sometimes it's garbled mess, but within it there might be some kind of nugget, I'd like to think. But I'll always tell you the way I see it. And the guys will tell you when I'm in a Zoom call, when they piss me off, I'm swearing, you name it, anything happens in those Zoom calls. But it's always in front of you. And we pull up live charts and I do it in front of you. Why? Because it's the right thing to do. And they'll tell you every single Zoom call is consistent because they follow the same path. Anyway, I'm going to enjoy the coffee. I think I'll go and watch Attack of the Clones. I think I will, Finny. Thank you very much. Oh, big balls. That's made my day, that. You're a good kid. You genuinely are. Okay, kids. I'm going to end it now. But if you want your topic discussed, drop it below in the comments. I'll make a list, put it in a poll, and then you can vote. And then I'll come to camera and I'll tell you my thoughts. In fact, I'll give you a final thought about trading. Go look at the VWAP video. The system in front of you is as simple as it can be. Don't need to change it much. There are a couple of elements that I'll be giving to the squad, but you don't need to change it much. And if it's making you money, be happy. And that's it. And if you don't like what you're watching, just don't watch it. It's that simple. You know. Likewise, if you're in a crappy marriage, which Popeye probably is, you know. I mean, I think his hand wants a divorce because it's got blisters on now. And it's a bit of a knacker when your hand gives you willy genital warts, but tough shit. I hate the fucker. Right. Anyway, as always, guys, trade well, keep your risk managed, but above all, do what you love, and the money will follow. See you all in the next one.